Okay, so we're trying to figure out where the teachers are, and we're waiting for them, doing a little miniature parade.
Update.
So we're looking at the update. Hi, Aria.
I'm Lynn Frair. I'm a hospice nurse. I'm married to my husband, who's a chef. We have 2 young girls. We live in a suburb of Seattle. We have been social distancing now for 50 days. There are some things that I remember about money from my childhood. I won this national essay contest. They gave me 2 savings bonds, $100 and $50. And then I later found out that they paid exactly half of the face value for that, which was disappointing at first. But that was the point that I realized that something could be worth more in the future, and that the difference between its current value and its future value was time. And so that is what began my interest in investing and my interest in money being used as a way toward time freedom. Because we save so aggressively and the market was very, very good during that time, that combination allowed for us to move to work optional and part-time work in 2017. And then earlier this year, our area was hit with coronavirus. The first cases that became known in the US was in this area, and it was in the area that we serve in home care services. When 2020 started, I was working about 10 days a month, and then when coronavirus hit, I saw that the needs were really increasing, and I have been working more flexibly so that we can support the team and what's going on in our local area. Lean forward. The 2-minute bang trim by Mom, the quarantine bang trim. What a wave. Right now, when I'm working remote, the kids are downstairs with Carl doing homeschool. I'm up here in my attic loft. I place calls to patients and families, and I talk to them about our hospice end-of-life care services. Yes, so I wanted to find out more about this prior authorization. It's a tremendous honor to be able to walk through folks in this difficult time with their loved one and to be able to set up a way that we could potentially help them through this time.
Look out.
The girls, they quite like being at home. The challenges have been they really miss their friends. And it's really sad actually to watch them, waving and they just, Mom, I'd really love to hug them, or the grandparents. That part has been really difficult, but the time as a family has been really precious.
Grandpa!
Go what?
Grandpa, I got my bangs cut.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good
Went to
job.
Salon Mama.
I first heard about the FIRE movement after I left my full-time job when I was 37, and somebody compared me to Mr. Money Mustache, and I had no idea who that was. I hadn't followed any blogs, and so I looked him up to see who he was that I was being compared to. And then I found this entire movement of people who were doing something similar and in fact had similar investing strategies. So it was very surreal to have folks looking up to me. Not only were there people doing that, but there were people who were really supportive and trying to do the same thing.
Okay, Mama, you ready to go in? Sanitized? Y'all masked up?
Yeah.
So I tried to calculate a FIRE number, especially as I started to get to know the FIRE movement more. And what I found is it's absolutely a moving target. And I watched and studied people in the FIRE movement after they left traditional work. And just like before fire and after fire, life is unpredictable. None of us would have expected a pandemic like this.
Go get it, Dodo. Go get it.
Welcome to my laundry room. We're here because I'm going to show you where we track our net worth. It is up here in this handmade cabinet. It's kind of hidden. And it is here because I don't want to look at it all the time. I just write down the number once per month. This is back to 2012. And I found that amount of tracking and this informal way of doing it is the best for us. So as you can see, we had to make a new graph. And this is what I call the phi range. People get really stuck on the 25x number, but I really have found it helpful to do a range. And we had a recent situation with the coronavirus that impacted the market, and you can see a dip right here, which it has recovered at this point, but who knows what will happen. But that dip caused a lot of concern for a lot of people, and for us it really didn't financially cause us concern, because it would have had to dip about 2 to 3 times that amount to even go outside of our range where we begin to worry. So I do recommend having a range instead of an actual singular number. What's so funny about life is we think we know what's going to happen. Like, we think we know what our expenses are going to be in the future. I mean, who would have thought this would have happened? I think we overly anchor on what we think that our expectation is going to be of the future. And that really paints us into a corner. I think I'm at least accepting that we just don't know. And I think it's, in a way, a bit of a tragedy when people wait so long to express their time freedom when they have so much talent to add to the world. And if I could help people do that a little earlier, I mean, I would love that.